Hello and welcome to the channel. In this video, I am going to show you how to install this amazing model called as a Functionary on your local system and do the function calling. Function calling or tool use has become one of the most commonly used cases in AI. What this tool use or function calling enables you to do is to call your own software or your own APIs from within your AI powered application. So you use these large language models to convert a natural language prompt into function call or tool use or function signature. There are various words for it. And then you can either call it yourself, your own function, which is generated by the LLM, or you could use your LLM to call it. This model functionary is been around for some time, and this version is based on llama 3.1 8 billion. This is a language model that can interpret and execute function and plugins. The model determines when to execute functions, whether in parallel or serially, and can understand their outputs. It only triggers functions as needed. Function definitions or signatures are given as JSON schema objects similar to OpenAI GPT function call, and that has become a de facto standard, by the way. Before I show you the installation and we play around with it, let me give a huge shout out to our good friends at Mass Compute who are sponsoring the VM and GPU for this video. If you're looking to rent a GPU on good prices, I will drop the link to their website in video's description. Plus, I'm also going to give you a coupon code of 50% discount on a range of GPUs. Okay, coming back to Functionary, it also has got intelligent parallel tool use, so you can call multiple functions at the same time simultaneously. You're also able to analyze functions or tools outputs and provide relevant responses grounded in the output. So there is a huge opportunity of retrieval augmented generation. Plus, it is also able to decide when to not use function call and provide a normal chat response. According to the model card, it is truly one of the best open source alternative to GPT-4. And I will drop the link to the model card in video's description because there is also the information around templates and benchmarking which you can check out. And by the way, it also supports code interpreter. So let's go and get it installed on our local system and then we will see how it works. As you can see that I am using Ubuntu 22.04 on my local system and I have one GPU card NVIDIA RTX A6000 courtesy mass compute. Let me clear the screen. Let me create a Conda environment which is going to keep everything separate. Shouldn't take too long. And the good thing is that Functionary also provide a GitHub repo which you can access from their model card. Let me clone that and then let's cd into that. Let's install some of the prerequisites starting with PyTorch. And by the way, this is a family of models, so they come in small, medium, and for the medium model you would need multiple GPUs. So we are going to install the small one on this system and then see how it works. Hopefully it will fit on our GPU. Okay, so let's wait for this PyTorch to get installed. This takes a couple of minutes. PyTorch is installed and now let's install all the requirements from the repo. This is going to take some time, so let's wait for it. All the requirements are done. Let me clear the screen. And now we can serve this model with the help of VLLM, which is quite an efficient serving library, and VLLM stands for virtual large language models. And you can see that I'm starting the local VLLM server with this functionary small model on this host. If you have a different public IP or internal IP, you can specify that one. So let me run it. And you can see that it has started downloading the model as soon as I have run it here. So let's wait for it to get finished. There are 3 tensors of it, each of size around 5 gigs, so 15 gig in total. Should be, I think, okay for me to run on my NVIDIA RTX A6000. So let's wait for it to finish. There you go. So the model is loaded onto our GPU. Plus now it is serving it on the local machine, and now we can access it through our API, and this has become a server where you can access it through any API call. And it could be OpenAI's compatible API or your own RESTful API. And in order to test it, if you access that port 8000 in the browser, you will see something like this. So which is fine because it is just an endpoint. Now in order to use it, for example, you could just go to your Python prompt or your whatever your Python code, wherever it is, as long as it has access to this server, and you can run something like this. Let me show you what is happening here. So this is a code. We are just importing this OpenAI. We are not using OpenAI. We are just using OpenAI's compatible API. And then for the endpoint, we are giving it the local host and it 8000 port of this VLLM server. And for API key, just type anything or functionary. And this is where we are calling that model functionary small v2. And then we are, for example, asking it what is the weather for Istanbul. And this is a JSON formatted function signature where we are telling it what are the parameter, what are their types, what they do, and then what is required or not. And of course you can define multiple functions, and then once you run it, it is going to generate this function call for you, which you can use in your um, code or wherever you like. So natural language text, and it has easily converted into a function call which you can call, or you can even use in your code for your LLM or your AI powered application to call. And if you want more information as how exactly it works technically in the background, so what happens is that Functionary converts function definitions to a similar text to TypeScript definitions, and then they inject these definitions as system prompts. After that, they inject the default system prompt, and then they start the conversation message. And of course, it all depends upon how you create your application, what are the requirement of your application. But now, since you have the basic functionality of converting the natural language text into function calls, sky is the limit here. And as I mentioned earlier, it is quite intelligent. On the basis of just natural language text, it can select from your hundreds of functions to to see which function to use, and then it gives you the response accordingly. So pretty good in my opinion, and I think that if you are looking for a model for function calling open source, then this is a good choice, and its quality looks also quite well. And another best thing is that because it is OpenAI is compatible in terms of API, if you're already using it, you don't have to change your code. You can simply replace the endpoint with this endpoint, and you can keep using your function calling AI powered application. So that's it guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Let me know what do you think about this model. I will drop the link to it in video's description. If you like the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you're already subscribed, please share it among your network as it helps a lot. Thanks for watching.